Hello, and welcome back for another round of stealth action so thick and dense it'll give you a contact high in Perfidious Pete plays XCOM War of the Chosen. It's thick, it's dense, and you know what? I'm starting to feel that contact high from this campaign. I would admit, going into this, I was a little trepidatious. I thought it was going to be pretty run-of-the-mill, mostly just Reapers throwing grenades at stuff. I thought the early part of this was going to be a cakewalk, but you know what? It turns out this campaign's starting to feel a little bit like some pond water. Sure, it looks like just water, but you get in there and start looking up close. There's actually a lot going on if you put it under a microscope. This campaign feels like it's going to be the anti-Jennifer Lawrence. It's the pond water. You look deep, there's a lot going on under there. Jennifer Lawrence, you look deep, turns out there's less going on under there than you thought there was. And I'm glad that we've got the Pond Scum and not the Jennifer Lawrence campaign working. We're absolutely going to investigate the black market, by the way. Sorry, J-Law, I hate to fire shots at you, but the more you expose yourself to us, and I'm not talking about the fappening here, I'm talking about just like public exposure, and the more you talk and say things, the less and less we all like you. Also, I gotta say, J-Law, kind of feel like you're horrifically overrated as an actress as well.
Consumption reached.
Maximum power consumption reached. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a power relay then. This is a good spot for one. We can put it adjacent to a workshop.
Maximum power consumption reached.
With more power, I can fire more additional shots at my social betters like Jennifer Lawrence. I can with extra power. It's just that much power with me to hurl shots at a woman who I've never met, who's never really done anything to me other than be kind of a mediocre talent. Yeah, more power. All right, so that's good. We got our training center done in 5 days. I really hate having George Harrison not wielding a shovel. There's nothing I love more than making an aging beetle engage in back-breaking manual labor, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We're going to have to take the loss on this one, get back to researching the black market. Also, just as a note, we did a rookies mission last campaign, and we also rescued a corporal soldier. It turns out there's a quirk with the give faction soldier, and that when you add a faction soldier to your roster, they don't start out as a rookie. They start out as like a default level based on the average level of your troopers. So when we added faction soldiers, they added in as corporals. That's fine, since we did rescue a corporal last episode. I added one corporal to the roster, and then we added 3 rookies that we then fired, and instead of those 3 rookies, what I did is I took 1 corporal. So I think maybe as the campaign progresses, we'll just stop adding soldiers when we rescue them, unless we rescue one who's of the appropriate level, like the mission we got to pick up a corporal. Or I guess the corporal was a reward from completing a guerrilla op. Or alternatively, maybe early on if we do a couple rookie missions, maybe if we get like 3 rookies, instead of taking the 3 rookies, we'll just take 1 of whatever our default trooper is. Ooh, plated armor is inspired. I mean, I kind of want to research Gauss weaponry, and we also really need resistance communications, but, you know, that's 17 days even inspired. I don't know if I can go that long without doing resistance communications. It's 5 days. This is I hate to lose the time because that would save us so much work on our way. Can we go 22 days without making contact with another region? That's a long time to not have made contact. I'm a little worried what that means for the Avatar project overall, but I think let's risk it. Getting plated armor inspired is just too important, and if maybe we could pick up another scientist here to help us out, that'd be great, game. An extra scientist? I'm sorry to cut you off there, Dr. Tigan, but...
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off.
Sweet, okay, Dr. Zhu Kim, engineer. Ah, good, George Harrison, we can put him back to work then. Looks like Snoop Dogg and Seth Rogen brought another one home safe. That's fantastic. Let's assign a new covert action and see what we get here. So, recruit a Templar. Interesting, but no, I've probably fired 20 of them. It's only Reapers up in here. I hate to break it to you guys, but this is no Templars. Also, no girls. Other than the girls we've already got. But this is a Reapers only club, man. Recruiting a scientist. 1, we could use a scientist. 2, reward soldier promotion. Very interested in that. Hunt a chosen assassin. No thanks. Rescue a soldier. Yeah, Mox. I don't know what they're doing to you down there, Mox, and I don't really care. Research breakthrough. Future combat 1. Reduce the cost of all GTS tactics by 20%. That's a complete waste for us. We're barely going to be able to buy any. We did buy a GTS upgrade between missions too, because Matthew McConaughey got promoted to sergeant, so we were able to pick a squad size upgrade, and we did that. Counter chosen activity. I don't care about my income. By the end of this campaign, we're going to have so many supplies we can't use. It's not even funny. I don't want a skirmisher. A resistance order. You know, this resistance order is actually pretty good. We're going to have a tough time dealing with armored targets, and weak points as an order might be extraordinarily useful for us. This is tempting, but I think what we got to go with, simply because it has a promotion, we want that scientist, and it looks like Miley Cyrus is going to have to be the one to go on this, because Kristen Stewart is tired and Matthew McConaughey is hurt. We definitely want to promote one of our highest ranked troopers, and you know what? This is fine. Here's what we'll do. Since we're sending Miley Cyrus, we'll just send Rihanna as well, and these guys should get a duration discount thanks to the fact that we have a bonded pair going on the mission. Moderate chance that one of these guys come back wounded. We can't negate that because we don't have Illyrium crystal, so we're just going to have to accept the risk.
We will begin the covert action immediately, Commander.
Cool. Can we upgrade this? Covert action duration minus 33%. I mean, it takes it from 11 to down from 11 days to 8 days. You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. As much as I want to have George Harrison busting his aging hump, or possibly his dead hump, I didn't bother to Google between episodes to see whether George Harrison is alive or dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead. So it's a zombie hump, I guess, technically. But as much as I'd love to have him busting his old Beatlemania zombie hump down here clearing this alien machinery, I think it's more useful to get our training center fully built. Let's get back to work. Scanning the black market. If we get lucky, maybe we can find some good... What we're looking for really out of our black market, mostly... We could sell this hair trigger, but... We've got a hair trigger in a stock, and we're only really going to want scopes, expanded magazines, and repeaters on our Timnotic rifles. Those are going to be the things that complement the Timnotic rifle the best, and also, repeaters is really what we need more than anything. So we could sell this hair trigger in a stock and pick up an extra 28 supplies, but I was just saying how we're going to have so many more supplies than we need or can use. It feels like maybe we'd be better off to equip these, and if we get lucky even once in a critical situation, like a hair trigger could be much more valuable for us. The stock, I was going to say it's less good, but it's actually still... You know what? The stock I'm going to sell, because they're just bad. We can't afford to be missing shots anyway. I think I will keep the hair trigger. Let's get rid of a couple of Advent Trooper corpses. And that's it. I'm keeping my Faceless Corpse. Yeah, so 16 bucks. That's all we're going to get. More interested in what's for sale, though. We could buy 24 Illyrium crystals. That's 40 intel, which is a pretty good chunk of our overall capacity. One regular autoloader, huh? Yeah, I don't want to spend 20 intel on that. Advanced speed is intriguing, but I don't like buying PCS mods unless they're maximum. You know what? We don't want any of this stuff. I don't want to spend any of my hard-earned cash on that. Black market turned out to have not been a fantastic investment of our time.
Avenger plotting new course.
Let's go hit this radio operation, increase our region income, I guess, because it's something to do. We could alternatively scan for intel, which, you know what, might not be a bad idea, scanning for intel, simply because we can then use that intel to buy weapon mods. It's going to be one of the few ways we can get them. A lot of our kills are going to... Hey, John, do you mind? No, you don't. Go ahead and talk, John. Fine.
Commander, if we're gonna win this war, we need to take every chance we get to fight back. We'll have to be ready to engage the enemy during unpredictable situations, which require special planning and preparation.
That was a mouthful, John. You got anything else you want to throw in here? No? Okay, so there's a sit rep. Shadow Squad. All soldiers of this mission will gain a single charge of the Conceal ability. Well, that sit rep is really not useful for us. Operation Fire Saga. The new novella by George R.R. Martin, Fire Saga. Chance that Ball of Derp shows up on this. We're going to go do a supply raid. We're going to have so many supplies we can't use.
It looks like conditions on the ground are ripe for a quiet operation.
And I also forgot what point I was trying to make before Bradford interrupted me. And then I almost had my point back. I almost remembered where I was, and fucker interrupted me again. I hate you, Bradford. What was I saying? Oh, right, weapon mods. We actually, the reason we might want to scan for intel, we're going to need a lot of intel because almost all of our mods we're going to buy from the black market. Since a lot of our kills are going to be generated via explosion, we're going to have a fairly tough time getting lootable mods. So we're going to take Cameron Sandman Diaz and Keanu Ghost Reeves here. You know what? Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg have done a good job for us on a couple missions. Let's grab Seth and Snoop. And then who do we want to round this out with? You know, it feels like Cheech and Chong should really be a matched pair. We could take Charlize Theron, or we could take Dave Chappelle. You know, Charlize Theron was good on her first mission. Let's grab her. You'll notice we do have a slot here available. Keanu Reeves has the tactical rigging ability. And what we're going to have... I mean, yeah, that's great. What I really want to have Keanu Reeves do, though, more than tactical rigging, we actually do need to go buy an item. We could give him a frag grenade, which is fine, but what I'd really like to give him is a med kit. Because it occurs to me we have no way to, like, stabilize or heal an injured soldier. And having at least one person with a med kit is super useful.
What I miss the most is my equipment.
I hadn't thought about that. Advent probably had a pretty nice lab set up for you.
Yeah, there was no shortage of Advent corpses for Dr. Tygan to defile.
I'm sure the commander will find something nice for you.
Well, I mean, I can supply you with dead aliens, which, let's face it, Dr. Tygan, that's really all you're interested in. So here's our team. We're going to give Keanu Reeves this med kit. It'll be like when he reached into Trinity's chest in Matrix Reloaded and pulled that bullet out. This is what Keanu does. We sent him on a mission. He's like, whoa, Charlize Theron got shot. Don't worry, baby. Keanu's here to save you. I'll just phase my Matrix hand into your chest and pull this bullet right out. And somehow that will prevent you from dying in the real world because magic. Oh, wait, no, dude, it's like totally not magic. Technology. Yeah. Now you're firing shots at Keanu Reeves, Pete? No, I'm a die-hard Keanu Reeves fan. What's my opinion on Keanu Reeves? He is the bar in Hollywood. If you're better than Keanu Reeves, odds are you're good at your craft as an actor or actress. If you're worse than Keanu Reeves, odds are you probably should investigate another career opportunity. Keanu Reeves is the bar. If Keanu Reeves was a sign, he'd be standing outside the city limits to Hollywood, and it would say, you must be this tall to work in this town. He is the bar. He also has a fantastic agent, because they get him top-notch roles that he is good in. Not a fantastic actor, just good enough, and also has had the either fortune or wisdom to select very complimentary roles for himself. The guy knows how to pick a film.
The squad is in position and concealed. With the environmental conditions down there, they should be able to stay hidden without revealing each other if they're sighted.
Yeah, you know, that was never going to be a problem for us, John. We were always good in that one. So, Keanu, let's have you get up here and scout. You got a Viper?
These creatures once operating under the guise of thin men now show their true.
Do we have somebody who has the advanced explosive damage on their Claymore? Any of our squaddies should have the Claymores that do the extra damage. So let's try and get these guys close. We don't know where these guys are going to patrol, and we really don't want to get stepped on. Well, it's going to be a little difficult, John, because explosions are kind of our part and parcel. It's sort of our whole gig. I'm going to play this one a little slow and gamble on the fact that these guys are going to move towards us. Everybody's really intent on watching closely. Like, I gotta see what Keanu Reeves does. Is he actually as good as John Wick? Is it gonna be non-stop headshots from top to bottom?
I see everything.
Okay, these guys did fall right into our trap. Go stand by that. I really wanted them to go stand right next to this forklift so we could double explode them. Looks like they've got some friends. All right.
Patrol.
I wonder if we could do a simultaneous double explosion. Can we get anybody close enough to throw a shrapnel mine at those guys? Not without revealing themselves. Like, maybe? So if we send Keanu forward, let's see if he can get a Claymore on these guys. Can he? Oh, yeah. Watch as Keanu Reeves sets a deadly trap. That's actually beautiful. So now we need somebody who can trigger that. Which that somebody could be Charlize Theron. Can you see it from this tile? Charlize can. So we're going to bring her around and set that one up. And our goal is to just go boom, boom, boom. Give him the double-double. I'd I'd love to have gotten an opportunity for a remote start, but... So then we have our girl, Snoop Dogg. Our girl, Snoop Dogg? Pete, what the hell's wrong? Snoop Dogg's a lady suddenly? You know, I kind of feel like Snoop would be okay with... He'd be alright with that. So we want to try a simultaneous double detonation here. Keanu? Actually, rather, sorry, Charlize? Nobody's going to be revealed by these explosions. This should be a catastrophic chain explosion, and that purifier should have also maybe exploded and killed his buddy. Didn't work out that way. Feels like we kind of got gypped a little bit. That's okay. One man down. Cameron Diaz has a flank shot. We may follow up with the flanker. Snoop, let's have you go ahead and blow this one. And now we got a lot of people standing out in the open here. Just nobody gets stepped on. That's all we care about. Okay, nobody got stepped on, but it was super close. So we got 2 shooters and multiple targets. Seth Rogen, 82% at that purifier. We could send him up in a fiery conflagration. What we need to do is kill anybody who might have vision on our 2 units that are going to be visible at the end of this. So, is this a flank shot? No. Is this a flank shot? Yes. But we can see multiple... We want the flanker, but we also want to be not visible to the enemy at the end of it. There is a chance, albeit probably a small one, that we go ahead and fire and remain cover. I think we gamble on this one. Seth?
Looks like a straight fight.
Nope, he mucked the roll. He mucked it.
Remember, they are not victims.
So Seth Rogen has blown his cover. He is visible. We're in full cover here for Cameron. Cameron Diaz, go ahead and take out this stun lancer. And if you could not muck the roll, that'd be great. Cameron Diaz has also... Well, we double mucked it. Perfect. So we got a Viper coming in. Should be able to get a shot.
Something is wrong.
Seth Rogen is poisoned. Well, I'm very glad we got the med kit, and this is gonna suck.
I know fear death, but I'm not ready yet. That one hurt.
Yeah. So Keanu's got to fix Seth Rogen basically immediately. Cameron Diaz is no longer stunned? Why did that wear off so fast? I mean, I'm not disappointed about it. Didn't that Viper take cover? No. I'd really like Seth Rogen and Cameron Diaz as the only 2 people who are currently revealed. I'd like them to get themselves out of the shit, so why don't you kill this stun lancer? And then we're going to need the poisoned Seth Rogen to kill the Viper so that the not poisoned Keanu Reeves can step over here and heal him. Because I don't want anybody else getting revealed. Seth Rogen was already poisoned. He has a 38% chance to hit him. We're taking the shot.
I take responsibility.
You should. It's definitely your fault.
I have almost no ammo.
Alright then, we're going to have Snoop Dogg come finish him off. Snoop, could you do me a favor and stay concealed, buddy? Don't worry, dog. Snoop took the shot. I mean, there's only so many things one Snoop can do, Pete. I took a 91% shot and I mucked it. Charlize Theron. Can somebody kill this freaking Viper? 89%. We've missed so many. Thank you. Charlize is also still concealed. That's beautiful. Keanu Reeves, I hope using a med kit doesn't drop your concealment, but I'm surprising. I'm going to almost guarantee that it does. Okay, so we got the heal, we got the poison. We're going to have to babysit. Hey, using a med kit did not. Beautiful. Didn't discard our concealment. All right, Snoop.
Moving out.
Take your secret ass over here and grab this loot. Elerium core. Alien data cache. Elerium cores are gonna... That's good. We're gonna need a lot of Elerium cores. Everybody else who's not concealed, you need to get your ass concealed immediately. Charlize Theron is still concealed and grievously wounded. Let's get her up here. And we're just gonna have her reload.
Loading fresh ammo.
We've got a super abundance. How did Charlize Theron get hurt? We should only have 2 injured troops. Oh, never mind. Cameron Diaz. Everybody has the same damn nickname. Also, you know, Cameron Diaz and Charlize Theron have kind of a similar look.
I'm at your service.
Except for around the face area. If you get away from the face area. In the face area, let's just use a regular conceal. Regular conceal still put us in. Oh, that's beautiful then. This sit rep is really nice for us. So Seth Rogen goes back into hiding.
Moving as ordered.
Back to the Cameron Diaz thing.
Reloading.
Also, I think we'd all be better off if Seth Rogen would actually go into hiding and maybe stay there.
Order, Commander.
But Cameron Diaz and Charlize Theron kind of have a similar look, except for the face area, in which then Charlize Theron is more of a, like, classically beautiful features, and Cameron Diaz looks like an old bag lady who spent the last 40 years drinking brandy by the quart and smoking cigars furiously.
I go where you tell me.
All right, Snoop, let's get you reloaded. And we're not on a time limit on this one, so if we gotta slow play it a little bit, that's fine. I really am quite, and pleasantly so, surprised by the level of tactics we're still getting out of these missions. I thought it was just going to be spot a pod, throw a claymore at a pod, spot a pod, throw a claymore at a pod. But we've actually been having some relatively dynamic action going on here. Yanni, let's get you up here. Although, you know what, now that I think about it, if we had gotten the other supply raid where it's just go tag boxes, I feel like we would have been able to do that one very easily, because we could have just gone and tagged, like, we could have put 1 Reaper by every box, tagged them all in 1 turn, and just ran the hell away. Like, the other supply raid that doesn't require killing things seems like it would be much easier to do. Please tell me someone has a claymore and is in the area to throw it at these men. Charlize Theron is in the area, has a claymore, and can throw it at those men. And please tell me we can follow that up with a remote start. Oh, Cameron Diaz, can you remote start this? Sometimes the sun shines on a dog's ass, and today we are that dog. All right, speaking of dead, that's going to be you guys all taken care of. So 1 claymore mine from Charlize Theron. And you know what, Charlize? Oh, you don't have remote start. I was going to say, why don't we give you the kill, but you don't have remote start. Cameron Diaz, get yourself a little bit of payback here, girl.
This'll get their attention.
Yeah, if that doesn't kill him, the claymore damn sure will.
All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
That was beautiful.
Mission accomplished.
We did take, you know, 2 wounded troopers, which is not good. Our flawless ratio is nowhere near what I expected it to be. But again, I'm pleasantly surprised by that. There's going to be more depth to this campaign than I was expecting. And I like it. I don't want to be the J-Law. I want to be that drop of pond scum. And somebody right now is like, oh, Pete, when it comes to being pond scum, you got that shit on farm. Thanks. That's a kind sentiment. I appreciate it. Basically, you just, you know, told me that I was deep. I got a lot of interesting stuff going on under the surface here. I'm not just a salty bastard who plays XCOM. You know, I'm going to cut you off there, Senator Paul Ryan. I'm sorry. I've had my fill of politics of late. Things are getting really acrimonious in Washington, even more so than is the norm. And I can't handle it anymore.
You can bet they're still in the fight. Finger on the trigger.
It's all Reapers, so if they're not still in a fight, we're fucked, Volk. Blood Trail is great. What else have we got? Target. We do need somebody with target definition. I love Shrapnel, though. I mean, we almost can't pass Shrapnel up. That feels like it's a kind of a must-buy. Killzone, I kind of don't like, but in this campaign, maybe there's a place for it. You know where Killzone would be great, actually? If we had a repeater. Killzone on a repeater would be quite good. Target definition is cheap, and I really like the idea of having one person whose goal is to just, like, scout. But since everybody's a Reaper, that feels a lot less necessary than your normal campaign. Another Shredder, that's really good. Let's grab, we still want remote start. I think we're going to go mostly remote start just so we have as many potential opportunities for this as Snoop Dogg. Not only a lyrical genius, but a combat genius as well. This is what happens when you grow up in Compton. The rough streets of Compton. Giving Snoop that battle. Faux shizzle, Pete Izzle. Snoop up in this hizzy with the mad gat action. I got my strap and I'm ready to work. Snoop Dogg, genius. I mean, rap genius would definitely certify that Snoop Dogg is in fact a rap genius. It's only appropriate. Cameron Diaz, all right. We came out of that one not unscathed, but ooh, man, we did really well on the old grabbing the loot. 55 alloys, 16 Illyrium, 130 supplies, which we kind of didn't need. We also picked up some actual loot for once.
Commander, having these two soldiers continue to work together has paid off. They know each other well enough at this point that we can have them train
Seth
as a
Rogen,
pair for additional
how could you betray Snoop Dogg like that? How could you betray? Well, I mean, you definitely traded up though. Be like, you know, Snoop, I love you. You're a lyrical genius. You're a combat genius. But let's face it, you're no Charlize Theron. This is the most unlikely combination since Seth Rogen impregnated Katherine Heigl in Knocked Up.
Commander,
Scythe and Final.
Powerful tool. Just ask Advent's propaganda machine.
We're gonna change this.
By spreading the
We're gonna
word
call
of
this
our
one
soldiers'
Knocked
exploits
Up
in combat,
2018.
we can bolster morale throughout the resistance.
I mean, this is, oh, you know what? No. We gotta make this a movie poster. It's gonna be Knocked Up 2. We gotta make it clever. Knocked Up 2. There you go. Where's the United They Stink at? We don't want this. He's done it again. Actually, it should be, what if this guy got you pregnant too? There we go. Why did you put in that comma, Pete? I don't know. Also, that you really can't spell. What if this guy got you pregnant too? Pete, don't you have a literature degree? Yeah, you know, everybody makes mistakes. Knocked Up 2. What if this guy got an... Oh, you know what? This is better. We got to make the movie poster perfectly. What if this guy got another woman pregnant? What if someone other than Katherine Heigl made a terrible life choice? Yeah, there we go. We've done it. The greatest XCOM poster of all time. Knocked Up 2. What if someone other than Katherine Heigl made it? I love it. That's the perfect tagline for our film. Negative trait. Cameron Diaz is afraid of stun lancers. So far, the negative traits we've gotten, both of our teammates have been appropriate. Usually it used to be like somebody would get stabbed by a chosen and then he'd get a fear of cotton candy. In this case, we had a person get mind controlled by a sectoid. They got a fear of sectoids. Charlize Theron got jacked by a stun lancer. She picked up fear of stun lancers. I love it when the things sort of work out in a sensical fashion. I got shot in the face by a stun lancer. Suddenly I panic when anybody else panics. Also, I'm afraid of fire for whatever reason. We definitely want this scientist. I'm going to say not now, though, so we can finish up here on... We still got this radio operator. You know what? No, that's actually a bad idea. We should skip the radio operator and go get the scientist to speed our research. This radio operator event's not going anywhere. We don't care about region income. If we get the scientist immediately, that's 4 days while we're scanning for this radio operator that scientist is working. I can George Harrison his ass and just give him a shovel and be like, get to work, you bastard. Also, if I hear you humming Hey Jude while you're working, I swear to God I'm going to kill you. I will fling you bodily out of the Avenger. What's the matter, Pete? Not a Beatles fan? No, not at all. I actually very much dislike the Beatles. They have like one good song. And its happiness is a warm gun.
Facility will allow our soldiers to train together to improve their bonds.
Yep, thanks, John. We knew about it. But more importantly, you know what it allows us to do? It allows us to take an aging beetle and bring him down here and force him to do manual labor until the day he dies. Or rather, to force his corpse to do manual labor until the day that it dies for a second time.
Power relay now operational.
Beautiful. Man, we're getting some mad facility action working here. We got our power relay online, and I think what we should probably do then is go ahead and upgrade our resistance ring. It costs us 50 supplies, but we just got a huge windfall of supplies. That's going to reduce the amount of time we have on our covert operations, and we can give George Harrison a buddy. Mylan Johansson, you're the new Ringo Starr. Congratulations. Actually, wasn't George Harrison John Lennon's friend? Like, there's some weird relationship dynamics in the Beatles, and that Paul and John didn't really get along too well. Seemed like everybody was okay with Ringo. Chosen Retribution. Alright, she increased her knowledge. We decreased our region income by 18. I find it extraordinarily difficult to care about that. Miley Cyrus picked up promotion. She's a lieutenant. No, Miley Cyrus made lieutenant. She did get wounded, which is bad. And we also picked up Dmitry Bogdanov. Miley Cyrus. Let's get a new covert operation here. So, what is left on the list? We don't want a Templar. That's a deliberate waste of our own time. We could send somebody to start working on behind the enemy lines. It takes a lot of soldiers. It takes one of our sergeants. But it does have +1 mobility, which is a solid reward. Praetor Mox can stay rotting in hell. We could pick up another scientist. Future Combat 1 is bad, though. Like, the reward for this mission is... Oh, this actually doesn't give us a scientist. It requires a scientist. Never mind. We don't want that. We definitely don't want a skirmisher. We don't have any faction with the skirmishers yet. But this order is pretty good. We need to increase our faction influence, though, with somebody before we can even equip this order. So as much as I might like weak points, because it feels like it's a really good order. Now, you know what? I think we got to do this one before it times out. This is too important. And also, it requires literally anybody. There is a moderate chance these guys get ambushed, though. Who do we want to send? I think we just send... Okay, we're going to send Cheech and Chong. This is appropriate. Chong, be a better shot. And you know what? We'll spend the 25 intel to negate the risk of ambush, because I don't want... Cheech and Chong... No, you know what? I'm not going to negate the risk of ambush, because I don't care if we get ambushed. We're Reapers. If we get ambushed, we can just leave. We don't have to fight the ambush. You gotta adapt, Pete. You gotta think, use the tools that you've got here. This is not an ambush we have to fight. You've got two guys who are the world's greatest stealthers. These guys could smoke in the trunk of a car and nobody would ever catch them. They could blaze up on their way to the drive-in. Oh, hey, it's raining out here, guys. Oh, it's a cloudburst. Yeah, we don't need to spend the intel. We saved the intel, and we let Cheech and Chong go get us a useful long-term order. Much better tactic. Miley Raven Cyrus, Lieutenant Miley Cyrus, I'd like to point out, picking up that sweet promotion. Silent Killer is super amazing. Distraction is also good. Needle is also good. Squad Sight is also... Man, Miley Cyrus is turning out to be a combat hog. We gotta take Silent Killer, though. I mean, we can't not. And Miley Cyrus still has 12 action points? Miley, where'd you get all these action points, though? Distraction is good. Needle is better. Squad Sight is really expensive. Blood Trail is also really good. So we could have somebody go detonate it with the Blood Trail, and then Miley Cyrus can follow that up with a really good shot. Also, Blood Trail plus Squad Sight could be potentially useful as well. I think we gotta pick up Blood Trail. We need that bonus damage on our Silent Killer, who ultimately could be shooting from off the map. Solid combo. We got a lot of injured troopers. We really could use a little bit of time to pass. We're not gonna have a very deep team for whatever our next mission winds up being. Seth Rogen has recovered. Dr. Sam James, scientist, is now on the case. Research increased by 20%. Intel. You know, not now. We got to go fix this radio operator. This will actually undo the damage that Ball of Derp did, too, by putting our... We lost 18 income. We're going to pick that 18 income back up. 4 days. We're going to have plated armor in 4 days. Avatar project. And this is what I'm worried about.
The aliens have just finished a new facility tied to the Avatar project, Commander.
Extremely powerful and dangerous aliens guarding this location sabotage the alien facility. That's another thing I'm extremely worried about, too, is that we're going to have a very difficult time with an all-Reaper team. It's going to be tough for us to handle alien rulers. They're going to be very challenging for us. Could the Avatar project slow its shit down, though? 2 pips in the same month, huh? Yeah, Doom counter is also going to be a problem for us. We kind of need to get some covert actions that are reduce avatar project progress. And we really need to start making contact so we can get a safety valve open here.
I had high hopes for the
Avatar progress 5. Aliens constructed themselves. I mean, 5 in 1 month is sort of absurd. On the plus side, should Ball of Derp find a way to assault the Avenger? Like, we have a team that's going to make a laughing stock out of the whole Avenger assault thing. So Advent's going to get lightning reflexes. That's almost irrelevant for us. Normally, I would be extraordinarily against allowing them to get this ability. But on this one, I kind of don't care about either one of these. We don't know what the hidden event is, but if we're given a choice, we won't be, by the way, because we don't have any other regions. If we were given a choice, this is the one we choose to stop. Advent picking up lightning reflexes, not really a big deal for us because we're not going to be doing a whole lot of Overwatch. Inside job, bonus intel, I mean, that doesn't... Excavation speed increased by 50% is not bad. Free 2 power, also not terrible. You know what? Let's go with noble cause. I would actually like to get some soldiers on the same missions repeatedly. And infiltrate is just amazing. Like, we're never getting rid of infiltrate ever.
As you wish, Commander.
We're going to ignore that for now.
Some of my kind are now in a difficult position. Can you provide us with aid?
I mean, I suppose the Horde, Advent, Retreat, leaving the... Okay, so what do we got to do? Reward. Rescue stranded resistance agents. Dr. Daniel Hall, engineer, 90 intel. Corporal Emily Ross, ranger, so we could... Oh, ranger, though. Every time we come across the ranger, I'm gonna be a little upset. It's real good. Love it. Not having rangers, man. It's like having one leg and not having a crutch. It really is. But, hey, you know what? It won't be Dr. Emily, Corporal Emily Lost Ranger, but we will pick up a new Corporal level Reaver, and that's almost just as good. 90 intel and Engineer Hall, but that'll be next episode. We'll come back and pick that one up. This one, I think we'll just put in a cut. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see into the depths of the pond scum we've got going on this run and cast aside and eschew that vapid Jennifer Lawrence, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of XCOM every single day. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll go wait for my cease and desist letter from Jennifer Lawrence's people. I'll see you again soon. I mean, assuming Volk is done talking. You know what? He's gone next level on this one. He's interrupted Bradford's outro interruption. It's a preemptive interrupt. Volk is all about the preemptive combat. Strike first, strike hard. It's the Reaper motto. He got in under the gun, thwarting John Bradford. That's amazing. Thanks very much for watching, though. I'll see you again soon.